All right, guys. Fire away.
How you doing?
What's the challenge in playing a team so close together? You guys seem to do it all the time against Denver.
Yeah, I mean, I think the challenge is they're a good football team. Their defense is special. They have a good scheme. They have good players. And so when you play division opponents, you obviously know they've studied you all off season. So you try to have a concept of what you do best, but at the same time throw in some wrinkles so that they can't be on top of your best plays. And so for us, it'd be a great challenge against a great defense to go out there and try to find a way to put up enough points to win.
So is the game plan different when you play them twice in almost like 3 weeks or something?
I mean, obviously you have similar plays, but you utilize plays that kind of go off of each other, so they can't get a good concept of what you're trying to do. And I mean, they're a great defense, man. They do a lot of great things, and so it'll be a great challenge for us as an offense. And I got to do my best to get the ball in my hand and let these guys make plays.
Patrick, Andy really made the point as far as moving from the Cincinnati game to this Denver game. I wondered what your process of doing that is, and is it more difficult when it's a team that you feel like you could potentially see again?
Not for me. In this league, you got to move on, or you're going to make one loss turn into two. So you just you watch the tape on Monday. You get a sense of what you could do better and what you can take away that you did positive. Then you move on to the next week, and that's what we're doing, and we're ready to play a great football team in the Denver Broncos.
Patrick, is there a sense of pride in the fact that you've never lost to the Broncos and your time here, and just what's always given you so much success against them?
Yeah, we just really emphasize playing our division opponents. That's something that we work on all off season. In order to get where you want to go, you have to win your division most times. And so for us, the coaches do a great job of giving us great game plans, and then I just try to go out there and execute them. And we just really emphasize trying to beat our division opponents, and the Broncos have been one that's been a great challenge for us every year.
How were you made aware that you were the team's nomination for the Walter Payton Man of the Year award?
Well, they let me know a few weeks back. We had the announcement last night at my gala. But I mean, obviously a tremendous honor. I mean, not only to be the Walter Payton nominee for the NFL, but for the Chiefs, who have the most Walter Payton Man of the Years, and it's such a prestigious honor for this organization, especially to give back to the community that gives us so much. And there's so many deserving guys on our team. So for me to have my turn this year, something that I'll hold for the rest of my life.
Patrick, I know you have bigger goals, but you can also clinch the AFC West this year. What kind of achievement do you feel like that is? Understanding, again, you have bigger goals.
No, it's a huge deal, man. I mean, obviously you want to win the Super Bowl every year, but it starts our first goal when we walk in is to win the AFC West, and that takes week in and week out great preparation. It's a division that's always tough, always has great teams in it. And we know whenever we go in every week, they're going to give us our best shot. And if you look at all the games that we play, we've won a lot of them, but they always come down to the very end. So we know it's a hard thing to do, and we're going to take pride in trying to do that and win every time we play against these opponents.
I know you don't know anything different than winning the AFC West, but I was just wondering whether this one might feel a little different, given how the other teams really seem to load up this year to kind of take you down.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's a little different. I mean, we feel like this division is one of the best divisions in football every single year. And I think you see the records go lower because we're all kind of beat up on each other. But we've done a great job of winning those close, hard-fought football games. And that's a tribute to the coaches and the culture that Coach Reed has built here that started even before I was here. And so we know it's going to be a great challenge week in and week out, year in and year out. And so we just focus on doing whatever we can to put ourselves in position to win it.
Patrick, I know with Payton and Mahomes and all the stuff you've done, going back to the Walter Payton Man of the Year award, a nominee, but how impressive you've been that's been able to grow in your time here to what it is now, and just seeing that come to light, where you've been able to help so many people.
Yeah, I mean, it's way past what I even dreamed of it ever being. And I think that goes to the people that I have around me and the people in the communities that have brought me up is they've been willing to give back and help me kind of follow this dream of giving back to the communities that help me out so much. And it takes everybody. It's not just me. I mean, I'm the face of it, but there's so many people behind the scenes that make this thing go. And the community, like I said, in Kansas City and Tyler, Texas, and Lubbock, Texas, that have donated their time, their money, whatever it is, to make this foundation become what it is. It's truly special and something that I'll have for the rest of my life, and something I never could have even dreamed of.
The last time you lost this year, you guys won 5 games in a row. What do you think it is about this particular room that enables you to rebound in that fashion for such a long stretch?
Yeah, I think it's just a mindset of when you lose, you get that sour taste in your mouth, but you have to kind of do whatever you can to get better from it. It's cool to see with a lot of young guys that you do that, because a lot of times you see the young guys, it can go bad fast, but we've had guys that bounce back and continue to work to improve, learn, like I said, from the negatives, take away from the positives as well, and be better the next time we step on that field. And that's what you want when you're kind of getting to this late part of the season, when you're trying to build and make a playoff run.
Patrick, are you a believer that you learn more from a loss than a win?
I think you have to learn from both. In order to be great in this league, you can't. You don't want to lose, so you have to be able to learn from those wins just as much as you learn from those losses. And the losses might, I guess, set a little bit of a fire under you sometimes, where you want to go out and especially that next week and prove that that's not who you are. And I think guys understand that, is that we left some tape out there that we weren't necessarily happy with. So how can we be better this next week, and so that we can improve as this season goes on?
How has the foot felt the last couple of days after the game?
It's felt good. I mean, you always deal with bruises and little things in the NFL season. And so luckily for me, it's just a bruise and something that I can just kind of bounce back from and be out there at practice and keep getting better like we're trying to do.
Patrick, I don't know if you saw the ESPN interview with Andrew Luck. He finally talked for the first time since he retired. And some of the things he talked about, the burden of being the face of the franchise and all that, and life changes, and you've gone through plenty of that stuff here recently as well with the addition of your son. How have you balanced all that stuff and still put all the work in that you need to put in to go be, at your best when you go out there on Sundays?
Yeah, I haven't seen the interview yet, but obviously I think it takes like I said, it takes a lot of people. It's not just me. It takes Brittany being at home with the babies and taking care of them throughout the day, making it easy. When I come home, they're all happy and ready to see me. I get the easy part of it. It takes my family being behind me, supporting me. It takes people like a culture like I have here in Kansas City, to where I can come in and be myself, have this personality that I have, and it's hard. I mean, it's hard for anybody when you have this much pressure on you every single day to go out there and be your best. But when you put the right people around yourself, you can just enjoy it. And I think that's what I try to do every single day, is understand that it's a pressure and it's a hard opportunity, but you're blessed to have it. So you have to enjoy it every single day. And when I stop enjoying it, I think that's when I'll walk away. But I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
Patrick, you guys, we'll go 3 or 4 more. We'll go with Vahe and walk around. Nate, Steve, Nate. Go ahead.
Patrick, also with regard to the Man of the Year nomination, you'll always be a proud Texan, but at this point I wonder how much you sort of identify as a Kansas Citian too, and what this does kind of to, I don't know, fuse together your image as the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm like dual. I'm a Texan and a Kansas Citian for sure. I mean, I'm building a house here. I'm gonna be here for a long time. I always will have a house in Kansas City, and I think that's just because I appreciate the people so much and how they've taken my family in and made it a part of this community. And I think y'all know, I mean, this community is special, and I always have that Texan in me a little bit, but the Kansas Citian is definitely something that I'm proud of.
And is there a parallel, do you think, between you saying you're the face of the foundation, but also maybe with all the things working behind it, and same here with the Chiefs, that you're the most visible part, but it's all the things behind the scenes that make you go? Yeah,
I mean, for sure. I mean, it takes, like I said, it takes everybody. It's not just me. And everything that I do, I just try to go out there and enjoy the moments that I have. I know I'm blessed to be in this organization, to have the people that I have around me, and to be in this city. And so I don't say I'm the face of the Chiefs, though. That's Coach Reed and that mustache. So I'm going to follow behind his lead.
Patrick, you guys still lead the league in points per game, yet you have a minus turnover differential. When you hear that, just from your perspective, how good do you think the offense can get, or even better if you guys do cut down the turnovers?
Yeah, I mean, we just have to continue to get better at it. I mean, I have the interceptions, like I said last week. There's like one dumb play a game. I got away with it this last week when I tried to throw the ball to Juju and they dropped it. But kind of get away with the dumb plays. The one dumb play I have a game, and then ball security. I mean, I talked about after the game. I mean, Travis fights those yards and he doesn't fumble. I mean, that's just one thing. The guy made a great play, and our defense, they're around the football, so I know the turnovers are coming. And when they do, I think we can even be a better team.
Steve?
You guys have had the ability to be able to battle from behind, right? Like, start off slow, not only this year, but years past, and come back for the win. But do you feel like you guys have kind of gotten complacent and settled for that?
I don't think so. I think we just have to be better at executing earlier in the game. I felt like we had a good drive that first drive, and without him knocking that ball down, I think we could have got the ball to Travis with a chance to score there on that first drive, and we ended up getting behind. And I think the good thing is that we've done it before, so we don't panic. We just go about doing our business and stuff like that, and taking it one play at a time. But obviously, we want to try to build up leads if we can. But whatever way the game takes us, I've trusted our guys are going to fight until the very end of it.
Last one, Nick.
Patrick, heading into week 14, what offensive identity do you feel like you guys may have built with these 13?
Yeah, I think we're becoming more and more balanced as the year goes on, and I think that's going to be a good thing as the playoffs come. We're able to run the ball well. I think Pacheco's doing a great job, as well as those other backs of hitting it when it's there and getting the yards that's there. And then we've been spreading the ball around, and I think that's been the thing that I think it can take us into the playoffs. Is obviously we have guys that can make plays, but if we can spread the ball around, be balanced, I think we can be a better team at the end of the season than we were at the beginning.
Thanks, Patrick.
Thanks, Patrick.
Tracy.